Storm-2603 is at it again. Microsoft has recently disclosed that the threat enthusiast is exploiting more vulnerabilities in SharePoint to deploy the Warlock ransomware on targeted systems. This update is based on the expanded analysis and threat intelligence gathered from ongoing monitor of exploitation activities attributed to how Storm-2603 operates. The threat enthusiast, known for financially being motivated, has been actively linked to the deployment of Warlock and Lockbit ransomware. It's exploiting two specific vulnerabilities: CVE-2025-49706, which is a spoofing vulnerability, and CVE-2025-49704, which is a remote code execution vulnerability. These flaws are targeted in unpatched on-premises SharePoint servers to deliver the spin stall 0.aspx web shell payload. Microsoft details that the initial access gained through these exploits is used to execute commands via the w3wp.exe process, which supports SharePoint. Following this, Storm-2603 conducts a series of discovery commands, including WAMI, to enumerate user context and validate privilege levels. The attack chain involves the use of command prompt and different batch scripts, as well as the abuse of services.exe to disable Microsoft Defender protections by modifying the Windows registry. To ensure persistence, Storm-2603 creates scheduled tasks and modifies Internet Information Services, or IIS, components to launch suspicious .NET assemblies, securing ongoing access even if the initial access vectors are addressed. Additionally, the threat enthusiast deploys Mimikatz, or MIMIKATZ, to harvest credentials from the LSASS memory and conducts lateral movement using PS execution, or PSEXEC, to others, and the in-packet toolkit. Group policy objects, or GPO, are then modified to distribute Warlock ransomware in compromised environments. As a response to these attacks, Microsoft recommends several mitigation steps, including upgrading to supported versions of on-premise Microsoft SharePoint Server, applying the latest security updates, and ensuring the anti-malware scan interface is turned on and correctly configured. If you are an individual or business that has a SharePoint on-premise, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and let me know if you need assistance or if you're forwarding this information to your tech department. I'm hoping that they are educated enough to understand the severity of these threats. Users are also advised to deploy Microsoft Defender for endpoint or equivalent solutions. If you have a solution in place, make sure it is adequate. Rotate SharePoint Server ASP.NET machine keys. Restart IIS on all SharePoint servers and implement an incident response plan. If you need assistance with that, let me know. I should be able to send you a link to an incident responsive plan to help you mitigate or eliminate any risks on your SharePoint servers. This development follows a large-scale exploitation of SharePoint server flaws, with over at least 400 servers already identified. Other Chinese hacking groups, such as the Linen Typhoon, or APT-27, and Violet Typhoon, APT-31, have also been linked to the malicious activity. China has denied these allegations, of course, emphasizing the need for dialogue and cooperation in addressing cybersecurity challenges. I advise you to be very protective of your information and be mindful of how your corporate network is being utilized. Try to mitigate any open availability to your typical web interface. Make sure to involve VPNs. If you are a big company that utilizes SharePoint, make sure that you have site-to-site VPNs linked and try to not have your SharePoint server accessible outside the network.
Thank you for your time listening to this article. If you enjoyed my voice speaking about the article you listened to, please like, subscribe, and comment about what news you would like for me to speak about. Thank you for your time, and have a wonderful day.